Hello my friends, it's the Game Boy Geek here. Today we're going to look at Dragon Pass, which is one of the many games you can play in the Book of Dragons, which is language independent, colorblind friendly, and you can play more than 18 games by more than 16 designers. In Dragon Pass, it's a 3 to 5 player drafting and set collection game designed by Gil Hova. We're going to be trying to stop your opponents from the ability to make a lot of matching sets of dragons while trying to have the most matching sets yourself. I'm going to be doing a rule school, which is going to teach you how to set up and play the game so that you don't have to read the rulebook yourself. So let's get going. Dragon Pass is a drafting and set collection game for 3 to 5 players where you're trying to win by playing sets of cards to run out of cards. You'll be passing cards to other players, but watch out because if they have cards of that dragon type in their hand, they can play them immediately. You'll be drawing cards from a face-up display or going for the blind one off the top. And you can even add to sets that you've already built with specific dragons, and you're trying to run out of cards and win 2 hands to win the game. To set up, you're going to take all 40 cards in the game. You're going to shuffle those up and deal a specific amount to each player depending on this table that you see on the right. Once you get those cards, you can place them in your hand. You're going to be looking at them, but you don't want anybody else to see them. Next, you'll take 3 cards off the draw deck and place them face up in the middle of the table where everyone can see them and reach them. The object of the game is to win 2 rounds, and you win a round by playing sets of cards and being the first to run out of cards. Players will be taking turns in clockwise order. On your turn, you'll be taking 2 steps, and this will continue until somebody has run out of cards. The first step of your turn, you'll be passing and drawing a card. First, you'll take a card from your hand and you'll place it face up and pass it to one player of your choice. It can be any player. That player will then pick up this card, and if they have another one of these, they can place them down as a set. They can play at least one more, but they can play as many as they have. If the player you pass that card to does not have any more cards to play down along with it, as just shown, they must pick that card up and place it in their hand. And you cannot pass a card to somebody if that player passed you the same dragon type on their previous turn. Next, you'll draw a single card. You can either draw any of the 3 face up or one off the top of the draw deck. If you take one from the 3 face up, it immediately gets replaced by the top of the deck. After the first step of your turn, which was passing a card and drawing a card, we go to the second step. You have 2 options. The first option is to play cards. When you play cards, you'll take multiple dragons of the same type, at least 2 of them, and place them down in front of you. If you already have a set down in front of you, you can play 1 or more cards along with it. Even though you can play multiple cards of the same dragon type, as previously shown, during the playing cards phase of your turn, you can never play more than 1 dragon type. However, if you don't want to play or can't play a card, you must pass and draw a card again, just like you did in the first step. After your turn, it goes to the next player clockwise and they go through their turns. The round ends in one of 2 ways. First, it can end immediately when a player has no more cards in their hand, and this could happen by either playing down a set or by passing a card to another player. When that happens, that player wins the hand. The other way around can end is if there's no more cards in the draw pile at the end of that player's turn, it will end even if there's still cards that you could have possibly have picked up. In that case, the player who has the fewest amount of cards in their hands wins. If it's a tie, the player with the most face-up dragons in front of them will win. If there's still a tie, both players win the round. If a single player has won 2 rounds, they've won the game. If not, shuffle up all the cards and deal things out, just like I spoke about at the beginning of this video, and start another round, starting with the player to the left of the winning player. If multiple players won the previous round, choose a player randomly among the players who've won the least amount of rounds. If more than one players tie and it's all their second hand, neither of them win right away. You continue playing and the first player to win their 3rd hand wins, unless there's multiple people, and then all of them win. Well, I hope this helped you dive right into Dragon Pass and get to the fun quicker than if you had to read the rulebook yourself. If you have more questions, I've placed a link below me in the description of this video. That's the best place to ask them because I will get notified, but so will the publisher, and maybe even the designers might chime in as well.